Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from the Online Selling Show, and this is my weekly vlog for the week that started on February 17th. It'll roll through, I don't even know when, because truthfully, I am away on vacation. If you look, I'm bundled up because I have been down to Ocean City, New Jersey. It is now Wednesday, I think the 19th. I don't even know. I don't even care to know. This is the week I've been leading up to where I go away and I just totally disconnect. This vlog, as I've mentioned, I would typically go through what is the goals, give a midweek check-in as to how I'm doing and succeeding with those goals. I do an end of the week wrap up with my sales numbers, and I'll still do the weekly wrap up at the end. There is no goals. This is the week that I am out here to just totally disconnect from the business. I have taken some video today when I started to leave to go get my provisions of Starbucks and got a little bit of Chick-fil-A going on. So it's a little bit out of whack in sequence, but I think you'll get a good picture as to what's going on. Hopefully you're enjoying just getting maybe seeing what the Jersey Shore looks like at this time of year. Don't know, but let's roll into it. It may be seeming, like I said, a little disjointed as to where it starts and ends, but I think it'll give you a good idea.
So one of the reasons I like this room also is it is very close to the elevators. And I mentioned that the elevators in this place are very slow and very small by today's standards. This is a very historical landmark in Ocean City, New Jersey. And when we come for these weekends and the women, the stuff they bring, I will show you all that. You basically can only fit I'm gonna have my wagon, some people have the bell cart, and maybe 2 people in here. So this is this is it. Here's me right here, and that is half the elevator. So they don't do a floor 2. They have the LG, which is where our event will be, and no 3rd floor either because the ballroom is on there and it is a higher ceiling facility. Is beautifully done. I'm not exactly sure. They have this little atrium off the side. This will go out to street level. They will have, during the busy summer season, this little coffee express bar over here that is open, but it is closed for the season. And now we're going outside. We have freezing temperatures. We have another snowstorm that I think we may just be missing. We have what's known as nor'easters here in New Jersey, where you could get some torrential rainfall fall out of it, like lots and lots of inches is how they measure it. And when it comes to snow, we can get quite a bit, but thank God, because literally the ocean, that is the boardwalk right there. Those are the buildings that are on. That right there is the rest stop or the public restrooms for the boardwalk. So that's how close I am to the ocean. And the snowstorm that is coming in tonight through tomorrow is possibly bringing a few inches because it is staying more south and out on the ocean. That is the hotel that I'm staying at, and this is actually the backside. It is a big U, and my room faces to the inside of that U. So let's get in the car and get warm. Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from the
online selling show, and this is a little bit of a different week for me. This is the week that I've been leading up to saying it is my personal vacation time away. If you haven't been here to the channel before, I say welcome. This channel is designated to an eBay store I created in June of 2024, and it is going to be my retirement journey of building this store up to a 6-figure income. I want to retire in about 3 years. I want this business to be there as a part-time, as I want to do it type of online eBay business. I have been doing a full-time e-commerce endeavor for 22 plus years. It is a very high volume business in a wholesale business model. It is not one that I intend to do when we get to that point of retiring. But as you can see, I am a little bit bundled up. I would typically go through things like what I want to get done that week and what have you, but I am down here in Ocean City, New Jersey. I come down to this beautiful historic Flanders hotel. It started with me coming down for just a long weekend and doing what is a hobby business to me of making greeting cards. Mainly for me, it's really Christmas cards because I love Christmas. I have a lot that I give away to my buyers through the wholesale business during the Christmas season, and there is no goals this week other than disconnecting from my businesses. My husband is going to hold the reins. Before I get any bashing on that, trust me, the man gets plenty of time through the rest of the year to go do his thing. This is pretty much my whole year's worth of time away compressed into about an 11 to 12 day vacation. I don't really even remember what I booked the hotel from. I booked it, I haven't looked at it since. I probably should, but it just is in my mind. I just don't want to be stressed and strained. I do get some of the emails and stuff coming through to my email account that I have been checking, but for the most part, like I said, it's very slow for us this time of the year, and this is a perfect opportunity for me to go and disconnect for a while. He will be holding the reins for that. We're in contact. I mean, I had to get my car brought down because my son's car has been needing repair and he's been using mine. So they've been down. My friends are coming in. It's not like I'm just a hermit. There is still things happening. I'm speaking to him every night. So it's not like I'm not here if he needs me, is basically the way I'm saying it. But I'm going to show you around what the room looks like. I'll show you around the hotel. I'm on my way out right now to go get myself something to eat. I'm going to show you a little bit of what this shore town of Ocean City looks like in the wintertime, because I think it looks totally different than what you would see during going away to the shore towns in the summer season. So I'll put that on and I'll speed that up a little bit so you can see a little bit of that and just show you some of the shenanigans of what goes on down here. And I can tell you, may not be for everybody, but if anything, it shows you what I'm talking about with what I'm living in this vlog format to get a 6-figure business. I am not going to be out there and just driven all day long and getting this done. One of the things I cut out of mistakenly last week's video was me admitting that I was almost feeling guilty that I wasn't in this feeling of rush, that most of my time was trying to get prepared to come here for the vacation. But I had to remind myself that even when I was in a very high pressure, high priority, stressful team that did a specialized division in my unit, we had downtime. We still, even though most of our days, we were lucky if we could even grab something to eat, forget trying to have a full hour lunch. That was something you really had to basically leave the office. You weren't even going to sit at your desk and just get that. I'm just telling you truthfully. And that job was very stressful, to the point where I was like, would have people looking for me in the bathroom at times. It was like crazy busy. I still had downtime in that job and I didn't feel guilty about it. So I think, you know, when you're in business for yourself, you kind of have to get over that feeling that like the business is going to crash if you're not there, if you're not highly productive every minute of it. I'm not saying that you can ignore it and not be productive, but you have to find these pockets of time like I'm doing right now to get away and enjoy yourself. This business is one I've said before, I want it to be able to be shut off in a sense, where I can go on vacation and travel, where I can take time away and enjoy the things I've been looking forward to when I can get to retirement. And I think the reality is what I'm showing you in these vlogs. I want it there so people can't be the naysayer and say it can't be done, because I'm going to prove it to you. By January of 2027, this business, this vlog will be showing a 6-figure income coming in. I guarantee you, it is in my every fiber of being. You just know things. And if you're that confident, you're going to make it happen. Or what else is the alternative? I don't see one. So let's go do some shopping, get something to eat. Can't wait. We do have one lady walking her dog. Find in the off season, this is a time when a lot of people are having the homes repaired. There will be people that knock down homes and rebuild. I didn't see any on the main street where my hotel was. The last 2 years there have been quite a few knocked down and rebuilt. I'm really kind of surprised. A lot of the streets will be closed as well by the town for them to do repairs. Here is the Starbucks that I thought was going to be making a delivery for me the other night when I got Grubhub, and instead they had the one that is 20 minutes offshore deliver it, which I thought was a little strange. Here's, like I said, a lot of the repairs that go on happen during this time of the year. This is the off boardwalk shopping section. So this is a lot of businesses. That's why you're seeing cars on here. Oh, that may be the pizza place where my pizza did come from. Maybe I'm lying. But they had to get somebody off island to come get it. They do have a Domino's. Did not even think about them the other night. This is the other main road here. I will do some recording when I get back. I will do the Wonderland Pier that was in Ocean City, New Jersey for longer than I've been alive. I don't even remember how many years. Had closed this year. I am interested to see what is down there. So when I get my fix on of Chick-fil-A and my Starbucks, take a ride down there as well and see what they have going on. You can see they've changed the lights now. They try to have them in the year having to be all synchronized. Now you find they don't synchronize. This one says no red turn from May 1st to October 1st. I think they make these lights longer too. Right lane closed, 1,500 feet. These are the roads now that the cross streets go parallel with the ocean, so they tend to be the more business related ones. I'm in probably the hub of Ocean City. This is going to be the 9th Street Bridge coming up in front of me, which is one of the 2 bridges that you can use to get into town. Some of these lights, like this one, are shut off. Alrighty. I will leave this on. You can see this was the rebuilt bridge for 9th Street coming in. They did a phenomenal job of rebuilding this, in my opinion. I mentioned we are expecting pretty much just either flurries to about maybe 2 inches of snow overnight, so it is quite overcast. Here is, see if I can get where you can look out and see some of the bay over here. There is the mainland coming in across the way. I think you get a little immune to this when you live close. Pretty much every summer for me, it was coming down here, going to the boardwalk on the rides. I did live about a half hour away. Let's see if I can show you anything over there. But I do think you get a little immune to seeing this when you've grown up this close to it. And I'm not even like close to it. I'm coming into what will be Summers Point, New Jersey. But this new bridge that they did has given it a shoulder, which was nice. The other one, you were basically a kiss away from the sides of the bridge. They did add these fishing piers for people. There is on the opposite side a walking path that I do see people taking advantage of, as well as bike riding on it. So I think they've done a wonderful job with handling that. They still kept it to the 2 lanes in and 2 lanes out. And this can be almost a start and stop traffic jam during the summer months. We locals know how to plan that. Here's where you're coming into the bay. There's a lot of marinas along here. And I don't know if you can catch that through the guardrail that they put around here. But I will be back when I get back into town. Got my Chick-fil-A. Made some 8-piece nuggets too. And we're just going to finish this off and then go get our Starbucks. Got me a Starbucks. Got me an extra one on deck because I'm going to flip this around in a second. If you're not from an area that gets snow, I'm going to show you what a snow sky looks like. I don't know how to express it. It is a cloud cover and a feeling of gray that just doesn't happen when you get rain. We have, I mentioned, the snowstorm coming sometime tonight, but I'm feeling like it's coming very soon. My friend did text me. She just got back from visiting her son in Las Vegas, and she's just feeling tired, and I respect that. I know for people, when you're on a coast and you're traveling like that, it does hit you, and you do get that kind of like jet lag, because the 3-hour time difference is quite not, it doesn't seem like it should be that much, but it can kick you in the butt. So today was her first day back to work, and she begged off, and that's fine. I think we're gonna catch up on the phone while she's taking the train from work back home. I want to get the story. I don't know how she wound up being this county that is further away that she's doing a train ride. I don't know. So we'll have to hear. I look forward to having a conversation and speaking with her. And so I'm going to get myself back, get to doing the cards, and I want to get a little bit more video around town, and let's get going. So I am still here in the parking lot at Starbucks, but this is the sky I'm referring to. I think people may see this usually when you're expecting like hurricanes and stuff, but if you notice, there's really not a lot of wind right now. So no, this is snow. I don't know how else to describe it. When you live around it, you just look at the sky and know it's a snowy sky. My car says it's 26 degrees, so we are well within the range of temperature for it. Well, I guess you can see the flag over there at the Chick-fil-A. I mean, it's moving, but it's not standing straight out. So let's get back. I also was thinking as I'm coming back in how I should have mentioned that this going into the mainland, especially it is 3:20 in the afternoon right now, you would not do this in the summertime. You are going to park your car and not move it, because finding parking is like winning the lottery. You would be stuck in traffic, and this is the only thing you would do during off season is leave the island. The Bavaria Islands are, any of them along the Jersey Shore would be packed during the season. I am noticing that the merry-go-round that is like the iconic eyesight over there is still up. I don't know if they're going to try and sell that or what is going to happen. I don't know if that is coming in to let's see if I can get that into the, I'm trying to get it in the camera, but it is all the way over to the left of the water tower. That has always been like, for those of us old timers, as you want to say, that was always what you looked for as a kid coming in. But as I was saying, this is not a normal thing that you would be doing. Traffic would be horrendous. Finding parking would be near impossible. If you saw the video when I came out, I was like the only car in that whole parking lot. During the season, yeah, no, not happening. There is the Portico, that is the hotel there, the Pink Hotel is the tallest building, I think, or maybe the Flanders. My hotel is right there. That is the hotel, that white one. I think they are the tallest structure. That other one over there is the other pier. And we are coming in and heading to the left. My hotel is off to the right. And we're going to, like I said, try and find some of the homes so you can see what I'm talking about with the demolition. And I want to go see if there's anything down at that other pier. And I will be back. I'm going to put this on and just let it go because I really don't know what I'm going to be finding because of it being the off season. Here is like an iconic one of the Chatterbox. My son was asking if we could do breakfast. They are closed off for the season. I had to tell him that. Let's see. We are on, I said, the 9th Street. And the next block up is the ocean there. That would be one of the municipal lots where you could go parking. And the Wonderland Pier is down by 7th Street. I do believe at times, no, maybe we are on the final street. I thought there is one more street. Yes, there is. We will come back that street. There is one more street, I think, that follows from part of the island. That gets a little bit closer to the ocean. There's a lot of these small streets. Unfortunately, there is, like if you see on the left, that is like an older house that's been here. Those are the houses they'll buy for like $1 million and then knock them down and put up these homes that you're seeing that everybody else seems to have, where they basically fill up the entire spot. Yeah, there is more that goes down this way and it ends. Doesn't go all the way through. Here's an older one here on the left. It's, you know, the older styles. And believe it or not, those houses go for over $1 million, and then they want to build more like these ones on the right, where they have all the big balconies and they just look like these square boxes. The Wonderland Pier should be off to the right when I get up here to Boardwalk. They would be over in here. No, I didn't go down far enough. I'm sorry, it's 5th Street is the pier. There is part of it there in front of me with the blue. And I'm looking through here. There is the Tilt-A-Whirl and that opening there. So it does not look like they've been starting to dismantle the rides. This guy is probably wondering what in the world I am doing. Let's see if this street will let me go down. Here is part of, they had a water flume ride right over here. Here is, oh, there was part of the ride there on the sidewalk. So it doesn't look like there's the train that would go around inside. So it does not look like they've really started to dismantle. So this is 6th Street, but we used to have to park on 5th because of this activity center. They do have a high school here, and it does service a lot of the area around here. It's been here many, many years. I'm talking decades. So this is the school and the activity center, so you could not usually get parking here. You had to park on 5th and walk down. So, yeah, I'm not really seeing any construction around here, but at least you got to see some of what I was talking about, where they will sell these much older, smaller homes and put up the larger homes. Gives you an idea what it looks like around here when it is the slower season. And I'm going to get back and get settled in. Looks like the high school is doing some after-school activities. Looks like maybe their track team is getting in shape and getting ready. But even like this one here on the right, that is, if you can believe it, is not one of the homes that are the more exclusive looking ones. I probably could find you some of them really, this is ones where they do tend to put up the duplexes and rent them out. It is a more rental town versus people coming in to live here themselves. Some of the other towns like Moorgate would be ones, or Longport, where you get the owner occupied. The ones that are the sports figures from Philadelphia. I know Avalon has the Utz potato chip owners mansion. Those are in some of the other towns, but Ocean City doesn't really have those types of large mansions. There are some, don't get me wrong, but they are notoriously not this area. Here we are is where they end, and for me to go to my hotel, I have to go back towards the bay because those roads don't all go down through. So you can see where, you know, the evolution of these towns really has affected where you can travel. But lots of for sale signs up, not necessarily that they're for sale, they are wanting you to call so they can rent them out to you. And I'm gonna sign off for now. So welcome into my room. This is my weekend away. This turned into this long vacation. And as you can see, it comes into this living room. This is where I have basically set myself up to just do my cards. I know it is not for everybody, but I enjoy the solitude to come down, be by myself, regroup after the busy holiday season. During the week, there is very little noise. I may be the only one in here, truthfully, because I am at the Jersey Shore, and most people aren't wanting to come to the Jersey Shore during this time of the period of the year. But starting tomorrow night on Thursday, it will get very busy down here. These are owner units that has a main hotel lobby, and the decorations can change. I enjoy like the pillows. You can't really see, I did throw out the other pillow. This is where I've been taking my naps. I think I had like 3 of them yesterday. But they'll add like the little more, some touches are better than others. I do set this up. This is the stuff I have prepared that I will be doing throughout the week. That is one of the machines I was hoping to not bring, but my friend is not coming this week. And I'm having to bring that just on the off chance I have needed it already. There is a collapsible wagon there that I will be using to take all of this assorted. This is the bag of all of my other stuff in it that is here on the table, and I will be using the wagon to get all that downstairs. The things I like about this is they have these little kitchenettes in here. This particular unit, they have gone to stainless steel. They've upgraded. This is really a nice one done. I bring in my tea. I do have some friends that have stopped in to make cards and stuff with me, so I just do bring in like some little snacks to have with us. You know, it is just a typical, it is a bigger bathroom. They do have a walk-in shower, which is why I like to ask for this particular unit. And then they do have a large size bedroom, in my opinion. There is a cabinet there that seems to be probably the owner's stuff because it is locked. And they do have a king size bed and very spacious. Like I said, it is owner occupied, and they do add these nice little touches in here throughout. So this is the room. I will show you some more of what is the hotel as well. But this is my little getaway. For me, I said the solitude is nice. It will get busy on Thursday night when people start bringing their stuff in. The event will be held Friday through Sunday. I split my time up this time. I'm going to stay through again until next week, and we'll see how enjoyable it is. So let's go see the rest of the hotel. So here's the view from my room. It is the other pier that will be staying in operation. And I wasn't aware that a lot of these rides get heavily shrink wrapped through the winter. I guess that makes sense to save all the paint jobs and stuff on them. But it just kind of looks weird to see it during the winter, doesn't it? The elevator, I'm going to take you to this LG floor. This is where the event's going to be held. Wait to see the difference. This is an area that will be filled with a bunch of vendors. The bathrooms are over there. This is where we're going to be allowed to bring our stuff prior to 9 o'clock tomorrow. You will see they will have a registration desk here. They're already starting to set up for vendors over here. In these archways windows. Possibly a vendor. There's usually one in there, but I'm not sure if she's coming back. And then they are starting to set up the tables for the event that we will be at. There will be people all over here. They will have decorations and all kinds of tables in this area. And then generally I am in this room over here. This is where the staff has to keep coming in and out so they don't put anybody in there. And they have started setting up the tables
And this will just be full with a bunch of people doing scrapbooking. The other thing, inside those doors back there, in the back of all the way in the back, that's where they will usually set up our drinks and snacks. And there is 2 sets of winding staircases in there where our food will be served. It goes down back to the main floor, straight ahead there. And like I said, this will have usually about 170 people. All this area, like I said, we'll have tables. Over here, we'll have some of the displays of different people. Same as that. Things with announcements or some of the people doing classes. So it will be a beehive in here starting tomorrow. Said the solitude will end pretty much around noonish to 2 tomorrow. For now, I'm going to just go to the room and enjoy the solitude I have left till this weekend, and then the beehive will start with some new activities. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know why I did it. I looked ahead and there has to be easily a dozen yard sales that if I was going out, I'd have a tough time choosing which ones I would want to go to in my area. All of them have something. There's even one that has more of the paper that I like to buy for my card making. And I'm like thinking, like, can I go and just sneak some of the stuff into my death pile? I've been gone for the weekend. Like, could I just do that? I'm going to stay the course, Lord. I'm going to be good. I am not going to go. I'm going to just have faith that when I'm ready to go after April 1st, that there's going to be this kind of good stuff. I mean, there is even one, I don't even know why I looked, that is in northern New Jersey, and it would take me easily closer to 3 hours to probably get there, and it is like a picker's delight, and it has tons of vintage Christmas. Nothing that was the Holy Grail. Trust me, if there was like Holy Grail pieces, I think I would be going. I don't think I'd be that good. But it is tough. I'm telling you, it is tough being in this position of trying to be restrained. I'm being so Anyway, we're going to stay the course and just sit here and make my cards. I am getting off to bring my stuff down. There's one of the vendors getting ready. The reception table is set up. Hi, how are you? Oh, sorry. Vendors are getting ready. The tables are getting set up. Oh, there's some of the... Some people are bringing their stuff in. There's my wagon. That is what I have to bring down. They will set up a table for us to put goods on that we no longer want. They will bring things like a Cricut and other tools that we use. Here are people starting to bring stuff in. I have no idea where we're going to be, so let me take a look around and I will be back. We will be at table 34. Unfortunately, Vicky will not be coming out. I like how they bring in the extra table or the extra lights. Some people bring in, if you see down there, they brought in extra tables for their stuff. So we are supposed to not be setting up. We're supposed to just be bringing our stuff and dropping it, but you don't see that. We are over there at table 34 behind that post. As I said, you will see a lot of difference now because they're bringing in, they haven't really put the decorations up, but they will be down here till all hours of the night getting this ready, and we will be down here at 10 a.m. So they're getting ready back in there. There's this other door open, because I mentioned that this is another room where people would be all in there. Oh, there will be somebody in the sunroom over there. in that room over there. The doors are open. I love looking through her paper. I'll do that tomorrow. So I have my good stuff downstairs. I did leave some stuff here to work on this evening, and we'll be ready to go at 10 a.m. Not as busy as I thought it would be.
Send me that picture only because I like the way he's standing and all, like not sitting.
Yeah.
And then I like just those few little roses in there.
Yeah, it had 3 roses, a little bit of baby spray.
Come look at okay. Look at this.
Here's the good one.
It looks like that.
I should have took some of them.
You don't load it and then
Oh. This is just a freebie table. They're doing classes in that room today. Let me get some video.
Usually they'll say you'll read, but a lot of kids from Camden are going this way too, not just Boston.
Getting ready to leave, and this is what you see a lot of. I'm going out for dinner. So it is now after my event. Hard to believe it is Sunday afternoon. Time just flies. The big hoopla part of it, I just kind of blacked out, I guess, when I was thinking about it, because I scheduled my massage during the time that all of that went on. I subconsciously, I guess, I had done it and didn't realize. The big hoopla part of it comes up where they all not all, there's pockets of people that will decorate up their table. They get into the costume of the theme, which this one was the 80s. And there's some of them that do skits and everything, and they really, really get into it. And there's no pride. It's like bragging rights. That's all you get out of it. It is just not me. I'm there, I said before. I'm focused. My head's down. I got to get this stuff done. And it's just the giveaways I'm using off my eBay store. So I just can't even be bothered. When I go for my massage, it's a 50-minute massage. But I'm telling you, it's like 2 hours because I got to get there 10 minutes early, according to their instructions. I got to go to my room, get into like sweat kind of clothes. Then after the massage, I got to go back to the room and put my wallet in there and all. So it winds up being like 2 hours. And in that time, I missed all the judging for that. And then directly after that, they do a specialty kind of treat. And it follows the theme. And this was the 80s. So they did tasty cakes and ice cream. And tasty cakes for us was, I'm in the southern New Jersey region. We were tasty cake country. And that was like something every lunchbox of every kid at school had. So that does fit the whole 80s. They nailed that one. I was wondering what they were going to do, and they nailed that one. But all that was put away by the time I came down. And then today was, some of the video I'll put in there. One of the things I will tell you, though, this week was tough. Because I don't know why, on Thursday, I did bring up the estate sales, and I don't know if yours run the same way as mine, but some of them will put up video or put up photos in their listing, and it's like up for weeks. What you get is what you'll find from the day they posted it until the day of the sale. There's no more information that you get, and that's it. Then there's others that just every day are evolving, where they're staging more stuff around the house, they're adding more pictures. Well, there was 2 that I found on Thursday that were due north of where I'm vacationing at. This is, like I said, this is about 45 minutes from my home. And these 2 sales, one of them had a bunch of the stuff I use in my paper crafting, so I was tempted for that. And I wasn't say it was a bunch, but it was a box. It was a decent amount.
I wouldn't have gone for it just by itself, but a little bit further from that one was a second sale that had vintage Christmas, and it had some of the Fisher-Price Little People sets, and that one really interested me, to the point where I even text the people. Those ones I've done before. They're very nice, very willing to give me more information, and I was going to go there. I was thinking I would just run up, see what they had, and, you know, hit that Saturday morning. Well, then later on Thursday, there was one that was 15 minutes in the other direction that was from my home. My estatesale.net settings have it showing a certain radius around my home, which is 45 minutes where I'm from now. And there was one, and I'll get into the house. The house was weird, but it had the vintage Christmas pieces that are like ones I would love to own. And they had these items that they added. It was the very last photos. I will try and put them in here. They added them very late in this whole thing. And I was like, oh, I've got to go. That was like Friday night. I had it all planned. I was going to get up at 3:30. I was going to drive there and get this stuff. And then a reality set in. I had set the alarm. I was sitting there trying to fall asleep. And I thought about it. I'm like, Kristen, my son had been using my car the whole week before. Him and my husband had to drop it off down to me because his car was getting worked on or whatever. And I'm like, you don't even know if you have gas. I mean, I had my, he's usually conscientious about that, but you all know probably when your kids borrowed your car, I don't know if I'm going to have gas in the car. Where am I going to find a place at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning open for gas? That's one. Two, I'm like, I don't have any clothing with me that is ready to be like worn in this 19-degree weather that's going to be out there, because I'm dressed for this room with all these lights and all these people there. I'm like, we kind of wear like short sleeve shirts because it starts getting hot in there. I'm like, you don't have long johns, you don't have like big heavy coats or anything. My car has been emptied out to bring all this stuff for that, so I don't even have like my collapsible chair, the bags that I usually take. I usually keep a blanket in my car to kind of just settle in and take a nap when I'm waiting. I'm like, you don't have any of that kind of stuff in the car. And I'm like, this just doesn't feel right. It just didn't. I promised my husband I was not going to do any more purchasing until we got everything listed, which I plan to get on as soon as I get back. And I said before, I was going to try and start like April 1st. And it just didn't feel right to me to just go and do this purchasing. And leave some comments below. Have you faced this where you just know it's not right? The house I mentioned was really strange. The house had been added on through the years. The first floor of this house had a fellowship hall type of thing in it. Think of like pancake breakfasts at your local church or VFW or something. And it just had like rows of tables with chairs. And that was where I could see like the Christmas stuff had been added onto. The second floor was like all set up with like couches. It had this brick fronted bar on it and everything. It was kind of like, I don't know, board game night or something. I don't know. And then the third floor was like the living quarters with these bedrooms under the eaves. There was this really strange kitchen in it. And the bathroom was even like stalls like you'd see in a public restroom. It was weird, just weird. I said, no, I'm just not going. So just stayed the course here. I'll be here again. I'll be staying here now for a couple more days, trying to get done and get through the stuff I want to get through. Number wise, the sales have slowed down. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if it's like, seems like everybody's reporting that, but I'm also thinking that maybe my goods are kind of picked over at this point. I don't know. I did throw the coupon back up again last week after I did the numbers. And when I set up the coupon, I only did it for 30% off. I don't know why. I didn't just go for the 40. But when I kind of scheduled everything to be going for this past weekend while I was away, I just did that same sale. I think I may do one more weekend with the 50% off, the 40% coupon, which comes out to basically offering 70% off everything. Then I'm going to run it one more week, and then I'm going to just pick through everything and donate and get through the stuff of starting to list. My plan was to use that as a strategy moving forward, and just maybe staggering the coupon based on the age of the product listing. But I don't know how complicated that's going to get. So I'm going to have to see and do a little more investigating on that. Let's get in and see. I did have a few things sell, so let's get in and see what the numbers are now. I just pulled up. I've been gone for about an hour and 15 minutes. I went out to grab some food. I went out and grabbed some Starbucks, and I am amazed. There is like nobody here. When I was here before, there was people still leaving. I got the video of it. And there's one truck, one car over there, and then that other one that was in the spot behind me. And this is it. There is one of the people who is the party planner leaving right now, and I guess that means the event is officially over. See you next year, Saga. So here's our analytics for the week of February 16th to the 23rd. We had $264 of gross sales with a net sale of $48.50. Please keep in mind, this is not any of the initial funds I put out for the goods. It's just what I made over and above all expenses after coming out of the $264. I'll show you as we go through this why that's a little bit more important. I have not listed since the middle of November. I am just in a clearance mode. I want to get things out of here so I can get ready for the next yard sale season. I'm looking to basically pad the savings account with recouping money that was not very profitable items, and get ready for us to be able to start yard selling again in the next month and a half. The average gross sale was $26.45, with the average net sale being $4.85. This is what I talk about when I want this to be $20 on each item I sell, being the average. The average net profit margin for everything selling was 18%, and the average net profit margin per item was 24%. The yard sales and estate sales were pretty much my bigger places of what sold and where I got them and bought them from. Nothing spent on new inventory, not a surprise because I'm not sourcing. Cost of goods sold was $110. So really what's going in my bank account to put aside for this next season's yard sale is this $110 being recouped out of what I put out of my pocket for last year, plus this $48.50. I've got almost I got over $150 back to put in there. The marketplace fees to sell were $44.24, with $61.92 paid for shipping labels. I'm really not going into these things down here at the bottom because with me being in clearance mode, they really have no bearing to me right now as to showing me what I need to improve upon for this business to be more profitable. The total sales for this week was 10 items. And here we are again coming off the weekend with a few sales. Midweek, we're kind of having nothing. I got skunked. We had one item sell on the 20th, and then we were back into sales over the weekend. Makes sense with me running the coupon and the sales that's where you're going to find most of these items we're selling for. Let's go in and see what the actual items were that sold. Okay, so I have these from the lowest to the highest. The 10th highest selling item. I'll go through the specifics on this, and then in the future, I'm just going to go through the highlights. This particular item was listed for 8 months. It was purchased on July 7th of 2024, and it says it's taking less than a day to sell. I don't know if I truly believe that because I was still trying to learn this system. It took 7 months to sell, and it looks like I purchased it at a thrift store for $5.99. We do not have tax on clothing here in New Jersey, so that is the total cost to purchase this item. Shows us being shipped with the tracking. It shows that it was put down on a sale to $9.80 from a $19.99 price. This is me again running sales, so that tells me it sold on one of my weekend sales. The total that eBay collected was $13.21. That breaks out to $6.86 for the particular item and $6.35 for shipping. Here again, it's saying it took 7 months to sell. The fixed final value fee is 40 cents. That means that they're charging us a flat fee of 40 cents to take the money from the buyer's account and deposit it into ours. The final value fee here fluctuates. It's usually about 15% of the total amount collected, which is the $13.21 from eBay. And it's basically the commission you're paying to them. The cost to ship, the actual cost to ship was $4.62. After everything was said and done, the $5.99 for the item even came out of this. I was left with 43 cents for profit. I'm not really complaining on that because I am just trying to get back and recoup the monies I've put out of my pocket at this point in time. And if I could do that on the positive side, I look at it as being a positive, a good thing. Here, down here, this listing changed. These are all basically sales of things I've tried to do on this item, and it's been there for a while. So I'm happy to come out of it and recoup my money and not have to just donate it. Another item here was an item I picked up in an estate sale. They were pretty much a item that I just kind of threw in with some other ornaments I was picking up. I took a chance. I actually had 3 of them. I broke one. You can kind of see it here in the picture, so I did have to lower the price. I bought these for $1. The total fees after everything came out, it was listed and sold for $9. I think I took an offer on this item for $9. I still came out with $6.20, so my $1 investment became $6.20. So I was happy again to make some profit on that. That was the 9th highest selling. Here's another item. I picked these up out of a bin. I think they were like 10 cents a piece. I put $1 for them. But sometimes people just have that random stuff they throw aside. I was surprised that they had even sold because these were very prim art, and I really just, like I said, I just kind of took a chance. They took over 8 months to sell. This was one of the first weekends I went back out to yard sales. And after everything was said and done, I took an offer of $10. I was happy to just get rid of them. And I was still able to bring back $7.90 for my $1. So I was very happy with that. The 6th selling is my paper. So the 5th highest selling item was this cat. These are, I'm sure you're tired of hearing about them. They were a huge lot of mice and cat figures. They were just a random mix. I took a chance. It was a moving sale. I think I have it marked as a yard sale. I paid 26 cents, so that is 0.26 for this particular item. It sold on a weekend sale for $12.25, and my 26 cents, basically my quarter, brought back $9.40. I have made so much money from this box of stuff. I'm, like I said, sure you're sick of hearing about them. The 3rd highest selling item is this Longaberger mixing bowl. I am doing this like 2 to 3 weeks after this item sold. I can tell you right now, this is going to give you a little bit more of an insight in how Flipwise works. I'm very happy with this service. It's probably the best service I have found for any type of bookkeeping if you're into eBay and that being your primary focus over some of this looking for stuff for Amazon. I purchased this at that community sale that was basically run like a flea market. It took 18 days to list. It has been listed for over 4 months. It sold on a weekend sale for $14.70. And I currently have a return open because I say it's blue for the paint job on here and they're claiming it's green. I don't know what to say on that. All I could do was tell them to open a return and this will be coming back. I paid $10 for this item. Taking this offer of $14.70, left me with a profit of $465, but now with that return coming back, I'm going to be upside down on this. I honestly don't know that I'm even going to relist it. I'll have to do some research when it comes back. She did provide photos of what hers is and being blue, and I could tell there's a difference. I just don't believe that I can see where I thought it was blue. I think it's just a difference of what blues were out there on the market. Maybe they did call it green. I'm not a big Longaberger collector, and I'll have to do some more research to determine if I'm going to actually relist that. So even though that came out with a profit, I am going to wind up being upside down on that one. Then I have this pair of sneakers. These were maybe worn once, like literally just worn once. There was almost nothing that would be indicative that somebody wore that, other than there was a few pebbles in the tread underneath of them, and that was it. The box had a little bit of wear on it. I thought they would sell pretty quickly. I bought them in an estate sale for $15, and it took them over 6 months to sell. And it took one of the weekend sales for them to sell with the $15.70. The total cost out of all of this, my $15 brought back $9.61. Happy again to just come out on the plus side for them. And, you know, maybe if I had gotten them lower, maybe, I mean, they were size 9.5. I thought the size was pretty decent, maybe not. I don't know much about them, and that's probably part of my problem. Here is a vintage Fisher Price Little People. Truthfully, I know this brand. I know I could have gotten more, but it was taking quite a bit of space up on the shelving. It had been listed through the holiday season. I did not get anybody making any bids or anything on it, and I just took an offer of $35 so that I could start making space. The $30 purchase price was purchased at an estate sale, so I really didn't have a big amount of profit in there. I was able to make a little bit more because of the shipping costs, and I came out of it with a net return of $1.99. So I got my $35 back and the $1.99. Not anything exciting, nothing really jumps out at me this week as being a big seller. Again, I am just looking to get stuff out of here, recoup as much money as I can so that I don't have to take a loss when I donate this stuff, and put some money aside for the next yard sale season. Hope you're getting some good content out of this. I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you are getting anything good. This is the vlog. This is here just to show you how I can be as transparent as I can in proving that it can be done, where you can get a 6-figure income out of reselling on the sales platform. I'd appreciate any comments or questions down below, and I'd really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button that's down below and help me grow the channel. I'm going to say bye for now, and I'll catch you in next week's.